Hi everyone, welcome to my spring morning routine as a teenager with 2 horses for 2025. So this morning in particular was a weekend, so I did sleep in a little bit, but I did make sure the horses were fed by 8 a.m. So here I am just making my coffee, and then it's time to go head out and see the horses. So the first thing I do is just open up their doors. Since it is spring, we are still keeping their doors shut at night just because it does get pretty chilly in March. But other than that, I open their doors and say good morning to them, and they were both so distant this morning. They both just wanted their food. They were not taking any cuddles from me. But after this, it was then time to go make the horses feeds. So their buckets are just still in their stables from last night's feed, so I just go collect them, bring them out, and then it's time to head into the feed room and get making the horses breakfast. Our feed room is also part of the barn, so I just go in and make the horses feed, and they both have one type of feed, and then Journey also has more of a different feed which just has more calories because they definitely both have very different body counts. Twitch needs help losing weight a little bit and Journey needs help gaining weight a little bit. So I'm just finishing making up their feeds, and once that is done, it's then time to go bring them to the horses, and they are so ready for their breakfast. So here I am just putting it in Journey's stable, giving him some pats good morning, and then it's time to put Twitch's in his stable. And once they are all happy and super thrilled and being fed, it is then time to go back into the feed room and start putting their hay out in their paddock for the rest of their breakfast. So here I am just putting in hay nets, which I like doing because it keeps the hay clean and it also makes sure that they eat a little bit not as fast. So here's just a little time lapse of me doing that, which it does take a while, and usually I'll have them pre-made, but this morning we had run out, so I was just making some more. So then it's time for a very quick walk to the paddock to go hang these up for the horses for them to enjoy all morning long, which is just fabulous because it kind of recreates that natural feeding for them, which is a little bit all throughout the day. So here I am just tying them to our fence, and you can see my little makeshift knot, but hey, it works. And so here's Journey just getting the little last bits of scraps that he has spilled onto his bedding. And then it's time to put Twitch's UV mask on, and Twitch wears this because he has an eye condition which causes him to be sensitive to sunlight, so this just helps to block out any sun rays that bother his eyes. And then it's time to take off Journey's fleece blanket because obviously he would never wear this out to the paddock, and it's also going to be warm enough today, he doesn't need it. And as you can see, he is shedding. It is crazy this time of year how much hair they lose, but they also grow more hair back. And then it's time for a quick little hug good morning, and then Twitch goes out first because he is the top horse, even though he is smaller, and he also finishes his breakfast first, so usually by this time Journey is still getting those little scraps up that he has spilled. And as you can see here, Twitch is enjoying his hay. He is all ready to eat the rest of his breakfast. And then it's time to turn Journey out with him, and they each have their own separate hay net, even though they share, just because they like each other and they're fine to eat together. So here's Twitch just munching on his hay, and Journey had some too, and this will last them for all morning, which is great. Then it is time to go back to the stables and get them all cleaned up for the horses in the evening. So here I am just cleaning up their feed buckets and their water buckets and taking them out so I can refill them and just make sure they're put away. And here's Twitch's, and as you can see, they are color-coded. Journey's stuff is blue and Twitch's is purple. And then it's time to grab the wheelbarrow and all of my broom and shovels and pitchfork, and time to start cleaning. On this day, the stables were very dirty, so it's time to get all of those nasty shavings out to replace them with clean ones. So here I am cleaning Twitch's stable. I usually just do his first just because it's kind of in walking order to where I get the shovels and the wheelbarrow. But here I am just cleaning that out, and it does take some time, but now that it is spring and it's getting warmer, we are using less bedding just because it's not needed as much to keep them toasty. It's more just for absorption, so it isn't as long as it does in winter, which is great because it's definitely not the most fun job. So once Twitch's stable is clean, it's time to sweep all the shavings back, and then it's time to give him half a bag of fresh shavings. So this will be really good for him just to add some more bedding in there for absorption and also just for comfort. After cleaning Journey's stable, then it's time to fill up the waters, which here I just use a hose that we have. It takes a little while, but it does the job, and it means I don't have to carry them as far. So here I am just putting them in their stables, and we both do hang up their waters on the wall of their stables because Twitch went through a phase many years ago where he just kept dumping his water when it was on the ground. So now they get hung up so they cannot physically dump them over. After that, the day before, it was raining and I had to put their rain sheets on, and so I had just left them here overnight. So I was taking them out now to hang them on the fence to completely dry before putting them away. Here I am grabbing Twitches, and yes, it is pink with donuts and he is a gelding, but I think it looks amazing on him and I bought it specifically for him. And then after that, the horses just kind of hang out in their paddock all day until they're ridden depending on the day. Some days I'll ride them, some days they'll be lunged. But here's Journey having his morning roll. He doesn't do this every morning, but he does do it often enough that it's kind of part of his little routine. That's it for my morning routine though. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye!